My name is Achie Ojany-Alai, and I'm the County Minister for Tourism, Culture, Kisumu in Kenya. My governor, Professor Anyang' Nyong'o, leads the charge in Kisumu, and his whole vision, which is captured in his manifesto, is to see how Kisumu can transform itself to stop being a stopover and to become a destination. And that's the topic I was discussing at the Sustainable Tourism Africa Summit in Mombasa over the last 3 days. And we were exploring this topic as we used Kisumu and many cities around the world as key studies. So the view is that everybody wants to go for this one big holiday once a year to destination X. But to get there, they have to stop at cities to transit and change flights. And the point I was making was that there is no reason to stop for only 1 or 2 days. City tourism is alive and it's well, and it's very buoyant in some of the more sophisticated markets in the world. City tourism brings in numbers. I am in your geography for 2 or 3 days. What do I do? How can I leave my revenue behind? How can I enjoy your culture? Tourists are becoming more sophisticated, they have knowledge, they're on the internet, they know what there is in your city. Now what they want is for you to create amicable spaces for them to interact with the locals. So here I'm talking about allowing people to enjoy the foods of that region where they've stopped, of that city where they've stopped. This thing is called urban tourism, where you allow me to be in a city, eat your food, meet the locals, wear your fashion, learn your lingua, maybe even physically learn how to cook your food. In Naples, in Italy, I know that I once went in and learned how to actually practically make pizza with a local woman because I found it on the internet. Now this is what African cities need to do. They need to ensure that the culture of the place that people have to stop over is interesting enough, buoyant enough, it has an international vibe that allows me to say, actually, I won't be continuing on with my journey. I want to stay here and fully explore this environment that I'm in. But the only way that this can truly work is if government and urban planning officials and politicians understand the role of tourism in shaping and defining new cities. New cities are intermediary cities, cities that are just growing. And if our politicians and our planners allow the people who play in the tourism space, like myself, to sit at the table and help them shape it, help them understand who is in cities. It's not just the local resident, it is the international guests, and the two fusions come together and allow tensions of religion to die down. They allow cultural understanding to come through. All this that makes tourism sustainable. So the conversation explored that. At the end of the day, we said that it is imperative that tourism play a key part in the shaping of new cities. It is imperative that human beings are allowed to interface and interact with each other. And you can allow that to happen in cities as well as whatever the final destinations are. UNWTO released some statistics that showed the number of people going on city breaks or city tourists has increased significantly, and that people would prefer to do 2 or 3 a year instead of the one big holiday once a year. So I am very much of the view that city tourism is tourism anyway, and we must allow all of us to enjoy cities as much as we enjoy beaches and mountains and wildlife and landscape that has become what Africa has been known for.